Now, there's one other question that I wanted to ask you. When you're moving around in a virtual space, there's a lot of different solutions. You can kind of like teleport, or you can lasso, or you can throw a dot and then zoom over. And none of them, to me, have totally felt like I'm not like woomph, and I feel kind of out of body, and I'm reminded that I'm definitely not in a real world, because it's easy to forget when you're in a VR world. When do you think we're going to get there, that we feel like we're moving through space but not actually like moving?
Right. Good thing. And first of all, for this task we're trying to tackle, talking about the car, all you need is a room that's big enough to fit an actual car and the people, and then we have a VR, we have a real room in which we have the virtual reality that is big enough in order to really walk around the entire car. So that's easy. Now, if you want to do something different, like make a virtual plant guide tour, that won't work. Yeah, because, I mean, you have to walk for miles and miles and miles. And so the concept I see there is redirected walking.
Interesting. Can you explain what that is?
Redirected walking is that you trick our perception of reality by shifting the picture ever so slightly that you don't see it, and you think you walk a straight line, but in reality you're walking a circle. And that lets you walk for miles and miles and miles, and you think you walk straight, but in reality you just walk a circle and you come back to where you've been.
Very interesting. I haven't tried that one yet.
You can. There are a couple of institutes in the U.S. that work on that. So go and check that out. It's really amazing. It's especially very, very useful if you have a setup where you reorientate yourself.
Right.
Like visiting a museum. If you go from one showcase on the one side to another showcase on the other side, and you think you walk down a huge alley,
right,
and in reality you just walk 2 yards forward and back between the same 2 points, because every time you turn, you don't turn where you think, because the whole reality shifted around you. You do a complete 180 degrees turn and you don't notice.
Amazing. Well, it's very rare that I learn about something completely new when I come to a conference. Usually it's like new concepts or something, but like actually like something that I can go track down and see. I can't wait to try this redirected walking.
Yeah, you should. And the next part is how do we get latency out of the game? We want high quality pictures, but that makes a lot of data volume, and so there's always this trade-off with how good is the quality and the latency. So we're doing different things. For one, we're doing right now a thesis on how much latency can we allow for and it will still feel okay. Even the latency when interacting with one another. I don't know if you remember telephone calls way back then when they went over the satellite, when you called and you needed to wait for the other side for, it felt like ages, but it was probably 1 second or not even a second, but still it felt like ages. We can have that happen, and then the amount of data there we're looking into foreweed rendering.
Excellent. Well, there's a lot to still work on, and we're actually at a really exciting place in virtual reality because we can kind of shape future concepts. Oh, thank you so much for taking the time to join me.
Thank you.
And let's head back into the Mobility Summit.
Bye.